There's some cool, interesting things specific to ploidy and sexually reproducing species that we're going to dig into a lot more when we start talking about meiosis, but we need to understand at least a snippet of this right now. In this video, revisiting calculating haploid and diploid numbers, and then the focus of the video is, so what you want to grasp, I guess, is extending that understanding to haploid and diploid genomes. So we've talked about this, thinking about it kind of at the level of a single cell. Now we're going to extend that out and apply these terms that we've learned to the entire genome. So I told you in an earlier lecture that there are 3.2 roughly billion base pairs in the human genome, and discussed that that's true in all of your cells, all your trillions of cells. You have 3.2 billion roughly base pairs in every single one of your cells, and that's absolute truth. But as you already know from previous courses, there are different types of cells. And I'm using a human again, but this is in sexually reproducing species in general. So I'm outlining here one type of cell. These are somatic cells. And then down at the bottom, you may notice the ones that I left out are the egg and the sperm. These are a special kind of cell called germ cells. And their ploidy is different. Somatic cells are diploid, and germ cells are haploid. You probably remember from studying this before that germ cells have their DNA content halved, cut in half, and we're going to step through that, go through that later, because they're going to join with another cell. So an egg is going to join with a sperm is going to join with an egg to form a whole human in this example. And this is true for all sexually reproducing species. So somatic cells are diploid, germ cells are haploid. So here are two statements. There are 3.2 billion base pairs in the human genome. There are about, and the little squiggly means about, there are about 6 billion base pairs in the human genome. Both of these statements are true. The thing that we need to specify is which genome are we talking about. So about 3.2 billion base pairs in the human haploid genome. Oh, maybe I should use the same colors I was using. Sorry, guys. Apologize. I forget sometimes. And then about 6 billion base pairs in the human diploid genome. So these are both true statements. There are about 3.2 billion base pairs in the human haploid genome, and there are about 6 billion base pairs in the human diploid genome. So when I said that every single cell in your body has about 3.2 billion base pairs, that applies to both somatic cells and germ cells. Okay? They all have those 3.2 billion base pairs. But the somatic cells have an additional 3.2 billion base pairs. So let's just remind you what we mean by that. So if we're in the diploid genome and we have chromosome 1, you're going to have homologs, okay, homologous chromosomes, right? So you're going to have two versions of chromosome 1. You're also going to have two versions of chromosome 2, two versions of chromosome 3, and on down the line. So two versions, or a pair of homologs, for every chromosome. Whereas in the haploid genome, there's only going to be one. There's going to be one copy of chromosome 1, one copy of chromosome 2, one copy of chromosome 3. They might be the ones that were inherited from different parents, but there's only going to be one copy. So a quick refresher when we're thinking about haploid and diploid and a chance to sort of revisit those calculations. So first question, we humans have 23 chromosomes. So think about, what's our haploid number? We have 23 unique chromosomes. What's our haploid number? And what is our diploid number? Go ahead and pause the video for a second if you want to take a minute with this screen to calculate that. The question will pop up. And then Drosophila, the fruit fly, which are the subject of so much investigation, a model species, which you have read about and are going to be doing a lot of genomic investigation using their genome. They have 4 chromosomes. So then what is their haploid number and what is their diploid number? Go ahead and pause, and then it'll pop up in a second. Okay, so remember our formula. The haploid number is N, so it's how many unique chromosomes there are. So in humans, that's 23. The diploid number is that times 2, so 46. Drosophila, the N is 4 unique chromosomes. And so to get diploid, we just multiply that by 2 and we get 8.